Welcome to the closing ceremony of the Education Festival. Before we get into the award for best practice in teaching and learning, first I want to thank everyone that helped create this festival, the team at TAC, AC, and AV Services, as well as our amazing contributors. I want to tell you a few highlights of the 2022 festival. We had over 40 great contributors to this festival with representation from almost all the faculty. This year, we were able to have a blended festival, including on-site workshops. We had a full afternoon of workshops on using the active learning in our active learning classrooms. We had several workshops on inclusion and diversity. I attended the International Virtual Exchange workshop, which gave me lots of great, inspiring ideas. And many of us enjoyed the Creating Wicked Students workshop by Paul Hanstead, which helped us prepare students for going into a very uncertain and complex world. We created new assignments that asked students to think beyond a single discipline and audience. But that's just scratching the surface. Since we had so many workshops and sessions on Brightspace, for example, the new learning platform, inclusion and diversity in education, and evidence-informed practice, and many more. All had great attendance and diversity of faculties there. The shorter sessions covered multiple topics. I personally learned a lot about LGBTQ and STEM using memes, how to be a better questioner from Kate Walsh, who was represented from Galway University, and the perspective of teaching assistants, just as a sample. We had some great panels, such as a panel yesterday on teaching strategies for large classes. Those are classes with hundreds of students. Another one on experiments in mindfulness, part of our well-being focus, and problem-based learning. You can see all these videos next week online through our website. Finally, in the opening ceremony, Cisca mentioned that the festival was an opportunity for generating advice or ideas for the board. Well, I think all of you will agree that we certainly had a lot of ideas this week. So there's plenty for the board to work with. So let's move on to the highlight of today, the Best Practice in Teaching and Learning Award. And we have all the nominated teams in the room with us. Before that, I just want to mention that one of the key players in helping with this award was Adriana Matos Pinto, who helped organize the award and selection committee. She couldn't be here since she got sick yesterday. Thank you, Adriana. Okay, and now we're going to watch a short video of all the nominees.
In my course, called Biopsychology, I asked students to develop an open educational resource. And OER, as it's called, is a publicly facing resource available to everyone, as opposed to just the members of a particular class. Keep in mind that OERs can be developed gradually in your course, and you can take it bit by bit until you develop something that you're really proud of over many years.
It's about integrating art into science.
And a tip is just to get started. Don't be afraid to try new things and do it together with your students, because this is not something that you have to do alone.
We succeed in generating student belongingness in large-scale statistics courses featuring typically 200 to 300 students. And we do so by combining flexibility and structure.
By offering flexibility, we generate ownership of learning among our students. They are effectively put in charge and can effectuate their learning styles as they see fit.
I think my best practice is to encourage active learning, so giving people the time and the opportunity in class to think things through for themselves. Well, it gives students the chance to develop their skills and not merely come to know that something is the case, but to know how to do certain things. So it gives students the chance to make mistakes and learn from them, and hopefully the confidence to apply their knowledge in the future.
Our best practice is providing students with a blended learning curriculum of pre-recorded podcast episodes, face-to-face discussion groups, and individual homework assignments.
So it was fun for us as a teaching team, but also for the students. It's really fun for them to get to listen to these conversations rather than just listening to a pre-recorded lecture.
Students can be given the task to produce their own podcast episode as part of their assessment.
In our best practice, we do a simulation game based on the famous Boogland example, in which 200 families are situated far away in the mountains, and students have to develop a plan in which they can help them with food, water, medicines, etc.
This is a best practice because it's a successful example of interdisciplinarity. It brings together 3 different disciplines.
Not to be afraid to improvise on the spot during the class itself, and also just to have fun.
Our course consists of 7 main topics, and for each of the topics, Roosmarijn and I record videos beforehand.
In our course, we do not only build a bridge between theory and research, but we also find it important that students learn how to translate scientific knowledge into information that is relevant for professionals.
So in the past couple of years, when we were all forced to teach online, we were given some tools to accomplish this. However, I found them quite lacking. And I wanted to make it a more fun and interactive experience for everyone, so here's what I did. So first off, I streamed all my lectures here on Twitch together with my assistants. For the weekly practicals, I made use of the software known as Discord, which is very easy to use. My advice to you guys is simple. Try it and see just how easy it is to use for yourself.
Active learning stimulates students to build on their study materials and prior knowledge by challenging them with complex, real-world cases.
We would encourage everyone to look beyond their specific field of specialization, embrace community as a method to sharpen skills, and to move away boldly from the beaten path.
Critical writing, peer feedback, and active listening. And the latter for me just boils down to when you listen, that at the same time you ask your questions. Do I really understand that? Does it actually fit with what I already know? And what could it mean for X, Y, and Z? These things are really best practices, I think, because they are at the core of what we teach at the university.
Our best practice is joint effort between a diverse group of teachers and a skillful e-learning team to produce e-learning modules of high quality in VersaTest or animations or screencast. In our opinion, this is best practice because it prepares students well for the class, and when students are well prepared, it gives them confidence. It also helps the interaction between the students and the teacher in the classroom.
Welcome back. Now I'm going to hand the stage over to Cisca to give the awards.
Well, thank you, Mellie. It's great that I have been given this honor. I do all the fun things during this week. So dear nominees, dear members of the jury, students and staff joining us online. It is really my great pleasure to announce the winner and the 2 runners-up and the winner of the public vote for the first University of Groningen Best Practice in Teaching and Learning Award. But before I go on to announce the winners, I want to say two things. First of all, I'm extremely pleased with the participation that we had over this past week. And I really hope that the networking that happened this week and the sharing of good practices has increased. And as a result, I really hope that will serve us in the teaching and learning at the University of Groningen. And I already heard there's lots of advice for the board, so that is of course great. And then a few introductory words to the award. Well, in the past 15 years, the University of Groningen annually awarded teachers who had demonstrated excellent teaching and commitment to curriculum development. Last year we decided not to have a UG-wide election, but instead, well, I mentioned that every teacher is Teacher of the Year. So what we want to put everybody in the spotlight and to really honor all teachers who made education possible, in particular under the difficult circumstances we had because of the corona pandemic. And now for this year, because we have to, of course, do things again a little bit differently, the Teacher of the Year award has been replaced by the Best Practice in Teaching and Learning Awards. And we just saw great examples of that, of course. And the aim of this new format is to broaden the recognition of good teaching and learning practices within the University of Groningen. And the UG Best Practice Award recognizes courses that are inspiring, relevant, and didactically well designed. And as a result, awards can go to either teaching teams or teaching individuals and their teams while remaining focused on the educational design and methods used. All of the 11 faculties have nominated a candidate for the Best Practice Award, and we saw the great examples just in the movie, of course. But it's important to realize that each nomination was the result of a selection procedure within the respective faculty. And the nominated best practices are the winners for their faculty. So there are many more people, of course, that are really inspirational to the larger community. Therefore, I would first like to share a hearty congratulations to all those winners we just saw on the movie. So all your hard work has been recognized, and well, we cannot give 11 prizes, unfortunately. But being in the movie, I think, is a prize in itself, because that's, of course, now, that will be there forever, and will be spread all over the university and beyond that. So I'm really happy that we're here today in this award ceremony, that we can do it in real. Last year we had to do everything online. And I also want to thank you and the faculties for having contributed to the best practice of their faculty. We had, of course, a jury to select the overall winner. The jury consists of 7 members and 2 students. And if you're in the audience, could you please stand up? Yes. And thank you for carefully assessing the 11 nominees, because I can imagine this was quite a hard task. The nominees presented them to you in short videos and on the Educational Festival website, and of course in the video we just watched. And I think you all agree with me that they're all extremely inspiring. So I can imagine that it was quite a hard task you had there on your plate. I was really impressed with the high quality, and for me it really tells me that we have so many motivated teachers that really also now want to do things in a slightly different way. And I also think that the corona pandemic has really accelerated movement that we saw with blended, making podcasts, even have your students making podcasts. I think that's all really interesting. And contributes all to what we find important, is active learning, that we also have the students in probably a different mode. So the jury, of course, aligned also this year's award with the Education Festival team, making connections for quality education. The criteria were formulated by the university, and the best practice should apply at least to one of the following approaches in their design and education: active participation of students, active participation of non-academic segments of the society, the use of feedback, peer learning, or blended learning. And it was important for the jury that all the 11 nominees applied for at least one or preferably more of those criteria. So now it's time to announce the winners. And let me start with the second runner-up. And that's the team, it was the final team in the movie, Faculty of Medical Science, with the best practice of e-learning modules. So congratulations to Noha, Marco, Frank and Marika. And it's really a mixture of epidemiology, dentistry, medicine, and human movement science. And if you're in the audience already, come up to the podium and please stand here. So I just say what the jury reports. The e-learning, the e-learning module of the Faculty of Medical Sciences was a good example of a best practice that could be integrated in several courses and different disciplines. It showed a team effort to keep students motivated during the pandemic. It focused on content, but some humor and interactivity helped to achieve the goal to keep students on track and connected during the lockdown. So extremely important, of course. Besides this, the blended learning format increases the quality of the courses now that we are going back to, well, I would not say normal, to the different normal. So once more, congratulations. Well, please wait. You'll get your award in a moment. I first have to call upon the first runner-up, and that's the team for the Faculty of Arts with their ficking simulation. Congratulations to Elisabetta, Antenor and Bart-Jan. So if you're here, please come up to the podium as well. So according to the jury, the ficking simulation is a good example of best practice that involves collaboration of different disciplines and courses. Students participated in the simulation in a very active way and found out how to deal with a problem as a team. The simulation was not only original, but a combination of different subjects fitted them very well with the structure of the program and showed novelty. So, congratulations. And now I'm going to award the award, of course, because this also comes with a prize. So for the third prize, so keep it there and we can make some pictures, of course. And the second prize. And now you can do even more great things, right, with the money you have. So let's see what happens next year. Okay, well, thank you, and good luck with your prize. So you can take your seat again, and we go to the winner of the first Best Practice of Teaching and Learning Award 2022. And that is the team of the Faculty of Theology and Religious Studies. Erin, Tina, Linda and Henk for their best practice preparatory podcast, real-life discussions in a blended environment. So the jury reports. The best practice of the Faculty of Theology and Religious Studies uses a complex real-life problem to connect students and lecturers to experts in the field. The deliberative choice of the different channels and tools are integrated in their course in a way that results in optimization of the teaching practice. The innovative approach was observed throughout the entire course, and the fact that lecturers were interviewing specialists for the podcast means that they also acquired new knowledge themselves, which may contribute for their personal and professional development. This is an interdisciplinary course that gives the opportunity to experiment with innovative teaching practices. The impact on lecturers and students can be huge. So, congratulations. And I have to get your awards. And yes, also for you, an award and hopefully some financial means to make it even better. Good. Is it all on the video? Are we making pictures later? Okay, excellent. Okay, good.
This is a huge honour. Thank you so very much. Thank you to the jury. I want to say a huge thanks to the team, particularly Linda. Linda's been working with me as a research assistant and is now a PhD student with me. And I went to her saying, we should do podcasts. She made it all happen. So she's the brains behind the technical side of things. I just got to do the fun stuff with interviewing people. And then at the last minute when we had over 100 students enrolled, we're like, we can't have all of them together in a room. What are we going to do? We said to Tina, please, can you come and help us run some more small group discussions? And she jumped in. And then God bless Henk van Putten, because he's our rosterer and coordinator and timetabler. And he, when we said to him, we need 6 one-hour tutorials twice a week. Can you make that happen for us? And he did it. So, the pandemic did push us to develop this, but it was also something that we'd been thinking about for a while. And I can just say it is quite a bit of work to do, but it's a lot of fun. It really allows you to open up your students' horizons and bring in people from all over the world. The students really loved it. We got really great feedback on it, and you can have a conversation rather than just a recorded lecture. So we're going to do more, and looking forward to what comes next. So thank you again so much. This is really great. Thanks.
And we're not there yet. We also have a special fourth award, the Honors College Award. And the winner of this award has been chosen by students, which is also very nice. Between April 4 and 7, all University of Groningen students were invited to vote online for 3 practices of their choice. And the Honors College awards the winning team of this vote with the possibility to develop a teaching innovation or invest in team development. And I'm delighted to announce that the winner of this award is Stefan Eriksson from the Faculty of Economics and Business. Are you in the audience? And I would like to invite the Dean of the Honors College, Hanni Elsinga, to present the award to you. Good luck. Thank you. Do you want to say something? Well, you can say thank you very much. And everybody can hear it.
The first thing that comes to mind to thank is, of course, all the students who took their time, really invested their time in and voted for me, of course. I'm super happy and very delighted I got this award. So a lot new things in the work, I can guarantee you that.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Thank you very, very much.
So before closing, I would say again, thank you very much for everybody who participated in this, I think, extremely inspiring week, and also for all the people, of course, who made this happen. And then I'll give back the word to Mellie. Where are you? Somewhere. There you are.
Thank you so much, Cisca. Again, I want to thank all of our presenters, all the great contributors, and our attendees, as well as the supporting people. We can't do this event without you and all your hard work. The Education Festival has been gaining momentum, and it's just such a pleasure to see faculty sharing their best practices with each other. I hope that everybody learned at least one thing, that will help them energize their teaching practice. We hope to see you at future talk events, including the workshops and sessions that we have planned throughout the rest of the academic year. Thank you very much.